And when God say quit that job, baby, quit that job. About 4 years ago, I was working in the banking field, and I got back from lunch one day, and the Holy Spirit told me to quit. And I was like, "Nah, I'm playing. Like this is myself," because I knew the Lord had told me He had another door for me. And I was like, "Girl, you tripping?" But it got louder and louder. So I had a young lady that sat beside me, love her to death. I was like, "Hey, write me a letter." Gave her a listing back. Write me a letter and let these people know that I'm about to quit this job immediately. She was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, it effective immediately. I'm gonna go now." She was like, "Girl, you crazy?" I said, "No, the Lord said that I gotta go." Never mind. Now the Lord had told me a couple weeks prior that He was going to get ready to shift me to another door, and I was thinking that the door was within the company, but God said otherwise. So I put my note in. Never mind, y'all. Your girl had was in the middle of buying land, and I'm like, I'm still finna buy this land. I do not care. So I quit my job and bought my land cash. And I felt like the moment that I walked in obedience rather than the fear of what was next, because I did not know what was next. I just was obedient, like, all right, Lord, bet. And it was like me and my husband, we was living, baby. We was a vacationing every other month. And I say all that to say this. Sometimes God will have you do something out of the norm, something that's uncomfortable, something that's unfamiliar. In other words, without a plan, because I did not know what was next for me, if that make any sense. I did not know what was next, but God did. So I left out of obedience. And I feel like if I would have stayed in that place, I wouldn't be where God have me at today. And if I felt like the restraints that would have been on me, if I would have stayed within the company, I would be just another person working a 9 to 5 out of comfortability, not really accessing the full purpose that God had for my life. So I don't know who this for on today, but if God say quit, quit, trust Him. Because when He say His plan is for good and not evil and it's for greater, He meant just that.